What's up, people? World famous Peter TV. I don't usually go live. Not at this hour. But you know what? We gotta stop, man. We all need to stop and slow down a little. We're losing up-and-coming artists and rappers by the week. Every other week, somebody dying out here. Every other week, somebody dying out here. When you guys gonna stop playing the fucking game, man, and get your shit together? Pop Smoke, fucking Duck just got killed today in Chicago. 26-year-old up-and-coming rapper. Well-known. There's a slew of others out there that are well-known. There's a whole bunch of rappers. I can't even think of half of them off the top of my head. When you guys gonna just stop with the game and get the hell out of the trenches? You know, I was in the music business, music industry for a long time. I played drums. I was in the biggest rock band in Boston. And I had dreams of getting that signing. And when you get signed and you're putting out albums and you're on tours and you're doing all this shit, I still got my hair today. I still got my fucking hair. All right? I'm a fucking old rock star. But I also appreciated every ounce of all the music that was out there. Whether it was rock, rap, classical, you name it. We played with my band played with some of the biggest bands around. Okay? We opened for Aerosmith. We opened for fucking Brad Delp from Boston. We opened for fucking Dee Snider from Twisted Sister. We opened for some of the biggest rock bands because that's what we were. But you know what? We also met a lot of up-and-coming indie bands that started at nothing and built a platform to get to a whole new level. And these kids got potential today, and they're coming out of these places like Chicago and New York and LA, Florida, Atlanta. You know what? You know what the problem is? Either you need to have somebody handle your money and teach you how to go ahead and build a platform and get the fuck out of the trenches where you live, or it's just going to keep happening. Great, you're a gang member. Great. You're a hardcore gang member. You do whatever you want to do as a gang member. But you get to a certain point in life, you need to learn to pick your ass up and say, you know what? I made it. Let's get the fuck out of here. You don't stay in the trenches. People are alive today, real rappers that have been around, that worked their ass off. The minute they got a couple of $100,000, never mind $1 million, they packed their bags and left. And now this poor kid, 26 years old, up-and-coming, inspiring rap artist that already had some underground shit out in Chicago, Illinois, gets gunned down in the middle of broad daylight. Broad daylight, they killed this kid. Broad daylight. You guys that are absolutely trying to make a name for yourselves, once you get to that level, stop fucking around and pack your bags and get out of Dodge. If I could have been younger and gone back 25 years, I would have done it all differently. You all sing about the lean and fucking popping mollies and shit. Guess what? The old days when I grew up, it was all about doing lines and rails, so I get it. But you know what I don't get? I don't get the fact, right? That some of you rap artists and people that follow my shit, that follow a lot of these artists that are trying to make it, I don't understand. Why do you stay where you think you're comfortable? You need to pack up and go, because every time somebody goes back to the hood, they get killed. Every time they're in the hood, they get killed. And Tekashi, before it even goes any further, brother, you got potential. Dude, look, I'm a fan. I've been following you for 7 years since you began, brother. When I first saw your first fucking video, all right? The one where you pretended like the girl was blowing you in the background. I was following you from the very first video you ever put out. Dude, You've already made it, man. You've already made it. You're 24. I don't know if you ever gonna even watch this. Dude, I'm a fan. I play you in every one of my Facebook videos in the background, whether I open my shit up or actually end my shit over in Facebook. All right? I put up your videos here for a reason. You got potential to make it, dude. You got potential to stop clowning half these fucking niggas. You're clowning dudes that are real gang members if you ain't a gang member. Look, you've already paid for your price, and you're going to be labeled as what you're going to be labeled for the rest of your life. But you know what? It's a different world today. When I grew up, you didn't rat. These days, maybe it's okay. But you know what? I'll still rock your shit and still play it. You know why? Because I see potential in you because it's a business. And I understand it's a business. People don't understand. They want to label people as rats. But you know what? When you're in that type of business, you know what? If the rats are making you money and you're the hottest thing on the planet right now, you know what? You don't take advantage of that. Dude, you got off a house arrest one day and you instantly, right after you got off a house arrest, decide you were going to go run outside, film a video in Biggie Smalls area. All right? Because I know that area, Brooklyn. That's no joke where you were filming. Walking down the street, taking risk. I'm outside. My people love me. Dude, if they shot a fucking dude in broad daylight, you better move different with bulletproof vest and hide under a rock and not do that shit. You have your whole life ahead of you, man. You are the future for most of these other rappers and up-and-coming artists that didn't want to fuck with you. All right? Like, for real. And I don't care whether people agree with me or not. You know what? The hardest artist right now is Tekashi 6ix9ine. He bigger than T Grizzly. All right? And T Grizzly I'll rock with all day because that guy's got good music. All right? But at the same time, T Grizzly rocking is doing his thing. They went after T Grizzly too. What makes you think they ain't going to come after you, kid? Slow down a little. You got potential to bring all these artists to a whole new level. Your style is different than everybody else in the United States right now and around the world. I don't think there's anybody that can pull out 38 million views in 24 hours like you can. But I'm going to tell you something, because you set records. If you keep fucking up, man, you keep doing this, pull up on this block, showing up in fucking old block, going into certain people's categories and trenches in certain places in Chicago, you got to get clipped, man. I don't care how many people you run with. Don't screw up. They went after, and you know, people dying for no reason out here. Too many people dying to be what? What? People, you're beefing with other gangs and now people see you're successful and they get jealous and they want to kill you? That's what it's all over, you know. That's what it's all over. It's all over the same shit. Fbg Duck, I started just following that dude. That guy had potential because he had a different sound. Little Dirk had potential. He had a different sound. T Grizzly got a different sound. All right? Tekashi got a different sound altogether. That guy, fucking marketing genius. Whoever behind you, brother, you fucking lit. Well, I'm going to tell you something. People like Pop Smoke, people like Nipsey Hussle, you're right on certain things you said in one of your videos. They didn't have security. Duck did not walk with security. That's why he just got killed. He was caught in the wrong spot and he had shit on him. He was strapped up. And they still took him out. Poor kid. 26 years old. Somebody's mother got to go bury him now. Here's a message for Danny, right? Danny, I'll talk to you as Danny. If you watch, take a look at what's happening to some of these other rappers, man, and be an inspiration to bring up some of these young dudes, to bring them to a new level and make them all use security. Take a walk with that security and bring it to a whole new level, man. Make it work for you. You got 2 beautiful kids and a possible third I heard on the way. Congratulations to Jade. But when it comes to the end of the day, man, you could go down just like everybody else and there will never be anybody like you. You're the closest thing to you, believe it or not, I'm going to tell you it straight. You're top of the rap game right now. You know who's top of the hip-hop game when he was alive? Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson was top of the hip-hop community. I don't give a shit what anybody says. Forget Jay-Z, forget Nas, forget all these other things. If you put Michael Jackson, you guess who's going to sell more than anybody? Michael Jackson. That's real shit. I don't know what that was, but all I know is this. Shout out to whoever sent a message. You know what it comes down to? All you young rappers and people trying to make it, right? Look around and listen to the OGs that did it and still are here today. Follow their example. When you get the money, when you get the bag, right? Because this white dude don't know what he's talking about, but apparently I do. When you get the bag, right? Take your shit and get out of Dodge. They keep shooting all these people. We're not going to have nobody left to follow. And Tekashi, Danny, dude, I'm going to let you know. I don't know you. I follow you. You're in all my videos on Facebook. Right? Shout out to Almir, whoever you are, brother. All I'm saying is this. When it comes down to the end of the day, dude, if you watch this, right, between me and you and anybody else watching, be an inspiration. Okay, you ratted, you fucked up, you called it a day. Be an inspiration for the future of other artists to bring those people up. Because you sell numbers. You can make that work, but bring those people up so that they can be just as equal and as successful as you became. And get them out of the trenches and stay the fuck out of the trenches yourself or you're going to go down too. And you know who I'd feel bad for? Your kids. Not your baby mamas. Your kids. To know their father was the most successful rapper on the planet and he got killed too. Be an inspiration for people to try to build up and get out. Fbg Duck didn't deserve this shit, man. Fbg Duck was an upcoming artist, just like Pop Smoke, just like Nipsey Hussle, all right? They were inspirations for people, and you're over here doing dumb shit. No more trolling, man. It ain't a message towards you. This is about memory of something that was important. This poor man got gunned down broad daylight in Chicago. Great, Chirac, crazy place to live. Gold Coast Trenches. I don't even know where that is. I don't know if that's even near Joy Road. But I'll tell you something. I know about Joy Road because I listened to what T Grizzly talked about and how bad it was. And if you notice, he packed and left too. All you guys, when you get money, all you rappers that watch this, anybody that's important, right, that thinks they're important, that's in a gang running with the Crips and the Bloods and the Latin Kings and doing whatever you're doing, pack your shit when you get that money and get the fuck out, man. I put up a lot of important videos on a lot of topics and a lot of things. But you know what? When it comes down to it, if you're an inspiring artist and you can get out of Dodge, do it. So that you could be an inspiration for the next generation that's coming up. Remember, music is a business. I get it that music is a business. The music business is big business if you know how to do it right. Look at what Danny's doing. Tekashi, look what he's doing. Any rappers that followed Tekashi, that follow my shit when I put a lot of stuff up, some of you do, some don't. Some won't rock with it, some will. You know what? It's a business. Remember that. Rock with it and make it work. Because if you let it get to you and you let it control you, and you think staying in the hood is going to make your life better, you're going to end up just like Pop Smoke. You're going to end up just like Nipsey Hussle. You're going to end up just like Fbg Duck. Don't let that happen. Take those examples, and when you get a couple of 100,000, when you get the bag, when you're back rolling on tour and everything else, pack and get out and go start a life, and take your mom and your dad and your sisters and your brothers and your family with you and get them out. You know why? Every time you go back, you start flexing with everything you got. Once you do that, you notice they're all getting taken out because they were too busy flexing, thinking nothing gonna happen to me. This is my city. Like Mr. Tekashi thinks New York his city. People can love you in your city, but somehow when you go back to your city, you get taken out. You become another victim, and people feel the loss when you die. And just because you think you're a legend, you can only be a legend if you make it and stay alive. Because once you're dead, you're dead. And all you are is a memory. You're no longer a legend. Elvis Presley is a memory, but Elvis Presley, if he was alive, would be a legend. James Brown was a memory, but James Brown, if he was alive, would be a legend. You're a legend when you're alive. You're just a memory when you're dead, and that's all people can do is see the memory. Follow the example of what's happening around the country with all these people that are dying and all the kids dying and all the rappers dying one by one, and learn from those examples not to have that happen to you. Like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. Share the video, right? Cash App. You want a Cash App? No problem. World Famous 2020. That's a capital W, a capital F on Famous 2020. Because I accept donations. But at least I know my shit's real. But I had to come out. Say rest in peace, Fbg Duck. And anybody that watches this, including anybody that's alive, an aspiring rapper, right? You don't have to take my word for anything. Just remember something. If you don't escape where you used to live and your life that you lived in and the place you lived in was no good, and it's that bad like it happens in Chicago, in LA, in Boston, in New York, and everything else, you live in the hood. If it's that bad, pack your family and help them move to a better place for you, and keep doing what you're doing to be an inspiration so your family will be proud no matter what. So the people around you that support you will be proud no matter what. Because if you don't pack your shit and move, you will just be a memory. You will not be a legend. You want to be a legend? Do it right. Like, comment, and subscribe. Rest in peace, Fbg Duck. You guys have a good day.